Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Braden, Tim, Second Legacy. You are amazing, and thank you for showing up. We have got to talk about some redistribution of wealth, some socialism, some Alvin Bragg, some gun control in New York, and how it affects you. That's what we're going to talk about. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about this one in the comments. And I know Tim's going to be spicy because he doesn't know it's coming yet. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. With that said, Tim, sarcasm, humor is going to be a hard stretch on this one. I'm thinking anger might pop out. I don't know.
I don't get angry.
We're going to have some feels. You don't. Not at all.
No.
Not even with your angry hat. That's your mean hat, right? I heard everybody wears those hats as evil.
Could be, yeah.
With the hair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, never mind. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks. Thanks. I appreciate your self-moderation.
I had something I could have whipped out early in the video, but I'm sure it would have tripped the algorithms and yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Don't
whip it out that early is my motto.
Yep. Never. Hold it back. Suspense is your key. That's exactly right. Well, speaking of grabbing the wiener, let's talk about New York. Remember Alvin Bragg?
Yes.
Remember that guy?
Yes.
Man, he's got quite the repertoire, doesn't he?
He's quite the wiener.
Yeah, the whole felony thing. He is. Well, I'm just going to break it to you hard, Tim. This is number one. That guy, the blue tie in the background, that's Alvin. Listen to this for a title. This kind of piqued my interest. New York-led gun prevention group awarded $160,000 seized from banks by Manhattan DA. Wow. Wow. That doesn't sound nice.
What do they take the money from the banks for?
Yeah. Well, I want to get to that in a second. But, it's nothing. I'd love to see it. You love to see when, finally those evil, mean, rich corporations get all their money taken away, and then it gets given to a pet project from the DA around gun control and gun prevention. Don't you?
Yeah.
Doesn't it make you happy?
A group dedicated to the destruction of constitutionally protected rights. That seems like a good use of funds, public funds.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Well, now this is a little bit more subversive, Tim. We've got to give the devil his due. In these groups, they're not coming out and flat saying take guns. They're coming out and doing all those gun violence prevention things that are going to stop all the shootings, like gardens.
Yeah.
And paintings.
Oh. Is that what they're doing, or are they out there advocating for, common sense gun control?
Okay, fine. You caught me. There is one in there that does happen to train children and kids and teenagers how to work for election campaigns. But that's just one.
Oh,
that's just one of them. Yeah.
And I'm sure it's a very specific election campaign.
A little bit. Yeah, just a little. But let me show you some receipts, because I went digging on this. I believe it was on Saturday or Friday. This is number 2. New Yorkers impacted by gun violence who are now working to uplift the city's youth and steer them away from the deadly firearms got a funding boost on Thursday, with money seized from major banks by a Manhattan district attorney. Well, I looked at exactly what they were referencing when they are seizing capital, right? And what they're going to do for children.
Yeah.
So deeper down in here on Bragg's own website, listen to what he says. And it's got 3 different parts that are highlighted here, Dr. Slides. So in post, just go ahead and zoom in on these. But I'm going to read them out real quick, Tim. So this is the first one. This is a Bragg email right here. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg Jr. today announced that 8 community-based organizations are selected to receive $20,000 each from the Manhattan DA's office for initiatives to prevent youth gun violence. The office's funding allows community-based organizations to pay for young New Yorkers stipends over the summer to participate in meaningful programming. Interesting word choice, right? Such as mentorships and workshops to enhance conflict resolution and leadership skills, or to improve and beautify public spaces that are known areas for gun violence. Okay.
Well, making a place prettier definitely reduces gang violence. I mean, that's
every single time.
And then teaching de-escalation techniques to gangbangers. I'm sure that's going to bear fruit.
Absolutely.
I'm sure that when the threat arises in the street and they decide to confront their antagonist, they're going to say, whoa, let's de-escalate here. I learned some really cool things at this seminar. That was funded by confiscated money from banks. And I think we can resolve our differences here without using violence. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. I mean, these are very sound projects. I mean, this is almost like, what was the 1980s, the 1990s, where they were having like basketball at churches or something to stop gang violence. That worked well. As a matter of fact, I think most of the gang violence wound up happening at those events, and they stopped them.
One of these programs is basketball.
Well, there you go. Right there you go. Just try what failed before. It usually if you try it 3rd, 4th, 5th time, it may actually work. Isn't that the very definition of insanity, by the way? doing
It
the same
is.
thing
It
over and
is.
over again,
100%.
expecting a different result each time. You know, they're
100%.
leftists. That's what
Yeah.
they do. They're dumb.
That's it. It'd be like that.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be like that. Well, so Dr. Slides, I put in a bunch of examples of the murals that are going to prevent gun violence. So as we're talking about this, just throw them in as you want for beautification purposes of our show here. But let me show you what Alvin said, Tim. Quote, since the launch of this initiative, we have driven down shootings by nearly 40% in Manhattan, the gun control zone where guns don't exist, through targeted prosecutions and strategic community investments. For the last 3 summers, our Youth Gun Violence Program initiative has served the future generation of young New Yorkers across the borough, all with the goal of reducing gun violence and keeping Manhattan safe,
So,
said District Attorney Alvin Bragg. Hold on, he's got more. Hold on, one more thing. I am honored to award these 8 dedicated community-based organizations with funding to engage and employ young people, and I look forward to seeing the outcome of the summer's project. Sorry, I didn't want to cut off Alvin.
no, yeah, we don't want to cut him off. So that's interesting. 40% reduction.
Isn't that crazy?
That's a number that we've heard somewhere before. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure
Weird,
New York is one of the cities that has a 40% reduction in the crime statistics they've reported to the FBI.
Yeah. Tim, you are on it.
Yeah. So it's
true.
funny how those numbers align. We stopped reporting crime, and look, crime dropped by the same amount we stopped reporting. We're doing great things over here.
We're doing
community basketball thing's paying dividends, folks.
All day. And the murals. Oh, the murals go into gang zones.
Yeah. Oh, look, that's a beautiful mural there. You know, we got kings and queens flying, and a stop sign.
So beautiful.
Yeah, that's boy, I'm sure that's going to stop gang violence. That as soon as a fight occurs somewhere, I'm sure these images are going to cross the potential killer's minds, and they're going to stop what they're doing, de-escalate, and then go get some ice cream with Joe Biden or something. I mean,
bro, you nailed it.
Yeah,
you nailed it. As always, your perception of reality is on point, because any gangbanger who sees this type and level of artwork, they are transfixed, much like a mosquito in a bug light.
Yep,
they cannot look away.
Yep.
Well, so now I've got a last breadcrumb for you, and then we're going to dive into the actual source here. The Manhattan DA's office is providing these awards through the Criminal Justice Investment Initiative, which is CJII, which was created using millions seized in the office's investigations against major banks. So what they did, my man, is they found a money source, and they started going after the violators in these big, major, huge banks, and they're just basically siphoning off money as they pay their fines for whatever they've done or what they've been accused of, and then they get to use it in whatever pet project they want. So that's what they're doing. But let me show you the actual strategic plan. They say it right here. I've got all the receipts, right? This is what number was this? Number 4 slides. So this is from CJII, Tim. This is the strategic plan. This highlighted version right down here. To achieve this vision, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office established the Criminal Justice Investment Initiative, which will invest approximately $250 million in projects that will improve public safety and promote a fairer and more efficient justice system in New York City. The CJII funds are a portion of the criminal forfeiture funds obtained through settlements with international banks for violating U.S. sanctions. So international banks are now paying the state of New York and the borough of Manhattan through United States sanctions? How the F does this work?
Yeah, do all the states get a cut of this, or is it just New York somehow?
Yeah, where's mine?
Right.
Because I'm going to build an amazingly cool gun range right down the road.
That's an awful lot.
What the F?
That's an awful lot of money. What do you want to bet that this kind of goes the way of BLM, where everybody in charge gets really, really rich and nothing really gets done elsewhere? That the funds don't go to what their intended purpose is, and it just goes to enrich people. Because this is how the left works, people. They take money from one person, they redistribute that wealth to somebody else, in this case, a pet project of theirs. And suddenly, all the people involved in these pet projects become filthy rich. And they get mansions and nice cars, and nothing else seems to get done. That's odd how that works. But hey, it's a grift.
That reminds me of a political system. Oh, it's absolutely a grift. It reminds me of socialism.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. This is just simple redistribution of wealth. In this case, it's just padding the pockets of your cronies that have a similar agenda. They're not going to accomplish much with any of this other than, like I said, a few people are going to make a lot of money. So that's
yeah, no, that's
nothing
true.
changes in New
So,
York. It's the same story, different day.
It's gonna be incredible. I mean, all the reduction in gun violence is going to be due to the paintings and murals we've been showing you
Yeah.
this whole episode. A couple gardens are going to be planted.
I mean, maybe they can use some of those funds to
saves a life.
They can use some of those funds to withhold another, say, 20% of the crime statistics that they would otherwise give to the FBI,
Maybe
and they could drop the crime in New York City could drop 60%. I mean, who knows? Maybe they could just stop reporting crime altogether, and they have 100% reduction,
and then it wouldn't be there anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it would just go away.
Man, you are always the political strategist.
I'm telling you,
I love it. They should hire you. You are on point. Yes, we got gardens, paintings, and we got basketball tournaments. Tim, $160,000.
Yep, yeah.
That's what I've got for you.
That's it.
It's murals and I just wanted to get your outrage machine going. I'm a little underwhelmed. I was a little underwhelmed. Well, don't worry, we're gonna make fun of Kamala Harris in the next episode. We'll be all right.
Is it Kamala or Kamala?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Anyway, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the murals. We'll talk to you guys soon.